I think it's very important for anyone, regardless of whether you're a man or woman. I think it's very important for everyone to at least live by themselves a little while to really understand what it's like to live independently without someone else. Hello and welcome to Kitchen Table Advice. My name is Paula and I am the host of this podcast. This podcast is a place where you can ask for any advice you want. It can be relationship, both platonic or romantic, career advice, or life advice. I wanted to create a space where people could ask questions without fear of rejection. I can't guarantee it'll be good advice, but I can guarantee there'll be no shame on my end. Your name will be anonymous and your identity will always be kept a secret. This is not professional advice, and I am not a licensed therapist or psychologist, and you are under no obligation to take this advice. Just think of this as advice you would get from a close friend on a kitchen table. So, let's begin. Hi, listeners, we are back, and we're just going to dive into the first story of the episode. So, the title is, I want to move to a different city for a year, but my partner can't come. So, here we go. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years. We live together. I love him immensely, but in recent years, we've become very codependent and have morphed into lazy couch potatoes version of ourselves. I'm happy with him, but I don't like the city we live in. It's hard to make friends, and I don't feel fulfilled or content. I just feel stuck here, and he can't leave his job because it's very important to him. We've been together since we were 19, and I don't want to lose him, but I feel sad. But I would feel sad if I didn't get to live independently for a while. I never got to study abroad, and I want to experience new things. I have an amazing opportunity to move to another city to live with my best friend. My job is completely remote, so I can work from anywhere in the world seamlessly. Thinking about going makes me so excited. My boyfriend is supportive and excited for me. My boyfriend and my family would be a 4-hour flight away, but the tickets are cheap from our hometown to New York to the city I'm moving in. I expect to alternate monthly visits. Is it an insane idea? Everybody thinks we are crazy, but I want to learn to be independent and live for myself while still making things work. Wow. We'll be back with our advice after this break. We are back, and I might be fidgeting around a lot during this episode because my shoulders are just killing me. But anyways, and for context, the girl is 25 and her partner is 26. I would say, yeah, I think it's very important for anyone, regardless of whether you're a man or woman. I think it's very important for everyone to at least live by themselves a little while to really understand what it's like to live independently without someone else. I think that's a very important life lesson, and you get to learn a lot during that stage in your life. And I understand why you want to move to another city and just try new stuff out. It's completely understandable. But I'm not gonna say long distance relationships don't work. Even though most people claim it doesn't, I don't know for sure. Never tried it. But I would say go for it. I always encourage you guys to do what you love because you never know what's going to happen. And yeah, everyone is happy for you. He's happy for you. I mean, it's kind of insane that you think you're going to be moving back home every month. That's kind of far-fetched, to be quite honest. It is far-fetched, but try it and see where it goes. My only advice would be to be intentional and really schedule those, if you need to schedule those calls or whatever video chats with your boyfriend. I mean, the taking a flight every month is kind of crazy, but you can video chat and really talk to your partner on a daily, if not a weekly basis. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But yeah, try it. Do what you like. You didn't study abroad. You haven't really lived by yourself, and you've been with him since you're 19. It's just like, try discovering yourself. I think this would be a good time for self-discovery, you're still in your 20s, yeah. I mean, my advice is simple. It's just like, if you want this relationship to, I guess, keep going, then you have to be intentional about it. You need to prioritize it over any other stuff that you may be doing or you exploring the city. You need to be intentional and prioritize your relationship and try to contact your partner as much as you can and understand their feelings and be ready to just be ready for those hard conversations where they're not in the same, what's it called? They're not in the same life stage as you. I'm sure since have dated since you were 19, so you guys have always been around each other, and now you're not going to be around each other. There's some stuff he's going to know where because you're not there, you won't be in the know. So just be ready for those differences. Like, those are stuff that are going to happen, and I think that's usually why people say long distance relationship don't last, because they feel out of the loop of either what's going on in the hometown or what's going on with the other partner that's in a different city. So just try to be intentional about it. Tell him about your day. Ask him about his day. I know it sounds boring and cliche, but like, yeah, really be intentional. Be intentional with your relationship. That's it. Just be intentional. I don't really think there's more to it than that. I mean, good luck to you. I love that you're on this new journey of self-discovery. And if you're in a similar boat as this woman, it's just like, don't be afraid to do stuff that you really like, because that's how you discover yourself. That's how you discover what you like, what you don't like. You discover all these various parts of yourself that you wouldn't if you were just in your same sheltered environment. Always, yeah. But it's just like, also be ready that the relationship with your partner might be different. I'm not saying it's going to change, but it is going to be different. You guys are not going to be in the same place. You guys are not going to experience life, quote unquote life, at the exact same time. So you have to be more intentional and like more patient with both sides need to be more intentional and more patient, to be honest. But yeah, I think if you keep those in mind, you can really still make your relationship work and have your journey of self-discovery. But yeah, good luck to you. Since that was a quick and short advice, we're just going to move on to the next one. And we might actually have 3 advice for this episode because that was really short. Okay, so we're just going to dive into the next one. This one seems like it's also going to be short, but the title definitely pulled me in. Alright, so the title of the second episode is How Do I Tell My Girlfriend That I've Never Had S3X? Okay. Y'all, I would like to tell my girlfriend of a few months that I've never had encounters without making it a big deal out of it. Okay. We're going to stop right here. I'm not saying lie. Well, from that sentence, you already know where I'm going. But you saying you are not experienced in one aspect may pull people away, especially if you just started dating them a few months ago. But before that, we're going to dive in. So, okay. So I'm a 33-year-old man, and I've been in a couple of relationships in the past, but we've never ended up having encounters. For one reason or another, I'm aware that I am way past the average age when guys have encounters for the first time, but I'm largely okay with the fact that I haven't had it yet. Good for you. Currently, I'm in a relationship with a wonderful woman, a 29-year-old woman, for the past few months. She's had multiple past relationships, and she has also been very open to me about her encounters experience. We haven't been physically intimate yet because we have been taking things slow, but I see physical intimacy on the horizon, and I would like to tell her that I've never had encounters before. How do I go about doing this without making it seem like I wasn't purposely trying to hide it? Parentheses, I was not. I'm certain that she's going to be surprised. But how do I make sure I convey that for me, it is not such a big deal? What if the lack of experience is a big deal for her and she desires to end things? I would really like this conversation to go as positively and smoothly as possible because I feel like I have started to fall for this woman. Ooh, congratulations. Love is a beautiful thing. I'm for love. Regardless of whatever advice you guys may hear from me, I'm actually for love. For actual love. But yeah. This is a sticky one. I don't actually, well, it really depends on the partner, right? There's some people who are going to be okay with you not having done something like that before, regardless of your age, and the others who, for them, it's a big deal. It really depends on the partner. And I know you say you weren't purposely trying to hide it, but I'm so sorry about that. We just keep losing audio lately. But anyways, my advice for the story is don't try to hide it. Own your truth and just tell your partner. Since he doesn't want to bring attention to it, it's already like kind of a big topic, especially at this age for most people. Just be nonchalant about it and just, I guess, on a casual day when you guys are just together, just tell her. Just tell her you've never had that kind of an experience before and you wanted it to be with someone special. That's it. That's all. You don't have to go into detail. You don't have to do all this, all that, because if you do go into detail, then you're bringing attention to it. And if she asks you more about it, you just say that. You just say exactly what you said on this post and don't make it a big deal. I think if you don't make it a big deal, then your partner will also not make it a big deal. That was basically the gist of my advice. And good luck to you. I'm so glad you're in love. Some of you guys may be listening to this podcast for a while. And depending on my advice, you may have thought I don't like love, but I really do. I like love when it's like this, when it's genuine, not when people are trying to one up each other or try to do stuff they're not comfortable with. I think it's very important to be open and genuine with someone you're going to be intimate with. It makes sense to me. So my advice is own your truth. Just tell your partner what it is. Tell her, you can tell her your reason again. Like, you just wanted to be with someone you cared about. You didn't just want to throw it around for anyone to catch. Just say exactly what you said on this post and don't make a big deal out of it. I don't think if you make a big deal out of it, she's going to make a big deal out of it. Yeah. It also really depends on the person, but like, I think it depends on the person, but I think it's really important for you to be genuine and honest to your partner and tell her exactly what it is. You are a man, you're not a teenage boy. So it's not like just because you haven't actually done the thing doesn't mean you have completely zero experience or you're awkward like a teenage kid. Like I said, you're an adult, you're aware of your body, and you know how this is so strange, but basically you're an adult, you're aware of your body, you're not an awkward teenage guy, so she doesn't have to worry about it being awkward the first time. I feel like the people who actually worry about it being awkward as adults are just weird and immature. But you are a grown man, and just because you haven't had that particular experience doesn't mean that, if you do, basically, you're gonna fall in love with her. You might be surprised as to why I say this, but there are honestly some people out here who think that if you have not been intimate and you're an adult at your age, whichever age it is. For some people it's their late 20s. For this man is in his 30s, and they think that if you have that interaction with them, then apparently you're gonna magically fall in love with how amazing they are. I can't even say it with a straight face, but I've heard it mostly from women saying that men think that. It's so stupid. It's like, sir, please. But having said that, reassure her. You already do love her, which is why you want. I think she might actually appreciate it. I feel like this is kind of one of the weird part where I don't know. I was gonna say men and women are different, but men and women are different, but still kind of similar in a bit. So it might just really depend on the person. And since you said she's already had that interaction with multiple partners before, I don't know. I don't know. She may be taken aback and maybe surprised, but if she loves you, then I think people who love another person, when your partner loves you, they're willing to accept you as you are. And that first step starts with you accepting yourself as you are and not trying to hide some stuff about yourself to your partner. Even though there are some people who may run away, it just means they're not the person for you. I really hope this isn't the case, but I do want to urge you guys that in situations like this, it is always better to be honest and forthright. And if the person is, for some strange reason, turned off by it, then they're not the person for you. Just move along and leave them behind with whatever they think. Like those immature men who think that, oh, if you haven't had intimacy, this kind of intimacy before at a certain age, apparently you're going to fall in love with a magical thing. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah. So, yeah, my advice is be honest, be forthright, tell your partner exactly what it is, and like I said, you can explain the way I did. You wanted it to be special. You didn't want it to just let me get rid of my virginity. You wanted it to be someone special. You wanted it to be the right person, and now that you have found that right person, you are okay with sharing your body in such an intimate way. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. This does not mean you're magically gonna fall in love with them. People are dumb. People are dumb out here, okay? There are a lot of adults who are actually dumber than children. I'm just gonna say it. It doesn't mean you're just gonna magically fall in love with them because they're the first person you had this experience with. It just means that that is the person you love. That is the person you care about, and you think they also care about you in such a way that you can be intimate with them in that kind of way. It doesn't mean that this is going to be a long-term thing. I mean, I do wish it is a long-term thing, but I think that if you kind of it's really unfortunate that you have to do this because people are immature. It really is. But I think that if you kind of, well, don't word it that way. I was going to say if you kind of word it that way, then maybe it will come off as it's not that big of a deal. But unfortunately, this particular thing at this particular age, for some people, it is a big deal. So yeah, just go with the first one. You wanted it to be with someone you cared about. You didn't want it to be with just every average girl or every average guy. You wanted it to be with someone you cared about. Maybe don't even say special. Maybe just say you care about, so that they don't think that, oh my gosh, I'm going to carry the weight of his or her virginity. People are weird. I've actually had people in my real life ask this advice, and it's just like, you'll be surprised by the amount of people who are just weird and actually turn off, and they think that being intimate with you results in them putting a magic spell on you. It's just dumb. I can't say it with a straight face. It's just dumb. Anyway, yeah, that was the gist of my advice. That was what I wanted to say. And right, so we're gonna move on to the third story. Actually, we're gonna move on to the third story of the episode. Right, that was also a short. It was also a short advice. So we're going to stop here for our break and come back with our third story of the episode. All right, we are back, and we're going to dive into the third story of the episode. And the title is, Am I Being Toxic to My Friend? Question her drinking habit. All right, so let's just dive in. I'm a 24-year-old male, and I have a friend, a 22-year-old woman, who is recently going through some changes in her life, such as a new relationship, and with that comes new habit. Sadly, some bad ones, such as drinking. Parentheses, not socially, but being drunk and not remembering much the next day. I saw her drunk on her Insta and got pissed at her and decided to talk to her the next day. I got pissed because in the past she never used to drink and even disliked drinking. So I don't know why she started doing it all of a sudden. parentheses, maybe the new relationship slash friends influence. I then proceeded to ask her how often she gets drunk and why. Parentheses to see if there's any event ongoing in her life that makes her escape to alcohol. Because I'm worried she might be doing it too often to the point that it's harmful or becomes addicted to alcohol. She called me invasive and manipulative. She called me invasive and manipulative because I said she never did that before and asked her to be responsible and know her limits. Of course, I felt bad about it, and I don't know if I'm being the a-hole or if it's okay to worry, since it's more of a personal issue and none of my business. She is your friend. I would say it is your business. She's very dear to me, and I feel like I'm losing her more and more as time passes because I can't seem to talk about sensitive topics without offending her in some way. How do I approach this kind of personal topic without making her go full defensive mode? That's a lot. And no, the answer to your question is no, you're not being toxic to your friend. It seems like you genuinely care about her and you don't want her to spiral down something that's dangerous. It's understandable. But trying to kind of, I guess, examine this, it seems like her drinking habits developed after she got into this new relationship. Maybe you are right. Maybe it is a new relationship and friends influence. Because people don't just go to alcohol just like that. It's, I don't know, something may be going on with your friend. And I guess she's not ready to talk to you about it. I don't know why she wouldn't be ready to talk to you about it. But yeah. I mean, my question is, if you're in a similar situation or you've been in this situation, please feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. But yeah. I don't think he's being toxic at all, but since she is being defensive, my advice would be to open yourself up as a safe place for her. You don't know what she's going through. You don't know if she's using alcohol to numb pain or she's just using alcohol because of peer pressure or what. You don't know. She's kind of keeping you out of the loop. So open yourself up, present yourself as a safe place for her. Like you're there to listen to her. You're there. You're just wondering what's up because you care. And yet she never used to do these stuff before. And just try to open up. Try to open up yourself as a non-judgmental place that's gonna accept her for whatever she wants. Like that's it. Just don't. I don't. Since she's being so defensive, it's like you don't really know why. She may think that she feels like she needs to start drinking more or it's more of an adult thing to do. It really, you don't know. So the best way to tackle this is to present yourself as a safe place for her where she can come, you guys can talk and have fun. It doesn't have to be about heavy stuff. It can be about anything she wants, even the weather. Okay, it's really boring, but just present yourself as a safe place and open up that place for her to come to you. And gradually, as time goes on, she's going to tell you what's really happening in her life. Don't, since she's already defensive, so she probably feels like maybe I don't know. It's like I'm guessing because she's being defensive, she already feels like something is at odds. Either maybe you don't like the new lifestyle, or she kind of feels like this is not her. Like people, there's several reasons as to why people are defensive, but it's usually because they feel like they're being attacked. So you need to present yourself as you're not attacking her. You are there for her. You're there for her well-being. You're there for her health. And you just want to listen because you care. And if this is a new lifestyle she wants to adopt, then I won't say give her your support, but just like advise her to do it slowly. There's nothing wrong with the new lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with drinking. Well, Evidently, I mean, drinking too much alcohol is kind of wrong, but there's nothing wrong with just, drinking a little bit socially. It's not taboo. Some people may say that it is, but evidently there's nothing like, if you just drink a little bit, it's nothing wrong. It's just the excessive drinking that's a bit too much. So just present yourself as a safe place. You want to talk to her because you care about her, and if she does not want to talk about the topic, move on to something else. But just keep gradually presenting yourself as a safe place to your friend, and as time goes on, she's gonna gradually just open up to you, and she's gonna tell you exactly what's happening. Because right now it seems as though you don't know and you're just concerned. So the best thing to do right now when you are concerned about a family member or a loved one or friend, and they're keeping you at a distance, is best for you to just open yourself up as a safe place. Talk to them about anything. It doesn't have to be about the specific thing, because she already feels like attacked. So you don't want to really talk about the alcohol. You can talk about more, I guess, more pleasant stuff, or stuff that she and you both enjoy. You can talk about the stuff that you guys have in common, and gradually present yourself as a person who's going to be there for her. You're here to listen. You're not here to judge. You just want to know what's up. And gradually, she may not open to you that day, but as time progresses, she's gonna start opening to you up a little bit, and you start getting a better picture of what's actually going on in her life. But yeah, good luck to you. And if you're in a similar situation, good luck to you, and I hope it all works well. I hope your friend is in a better place, and I really hope like it's nothing too serious. But she's lucky to have a friend like you. So yeah. Right, that's it for this episode, and we'll see y'all next Sunday. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to that episode. And what did you guys think? We really want to hear your comments in the comment section. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then please feel free to give us a review, preferably a 5-star review, and leave your comments on the episode. And the first story was very interesting. A lot of people say long distance relationship don't work, but I disagree with that. I think they can work, but you just have to prioritize what's important to you. And the second story about the guy is just, I think it's good to be honest, and I think it's good to be forthright about stuff like this. And even though some people may not accept you for who you are, at the end of the day, if you accept yourself for who you are, if you stand in your truth, you will find that partner that will also accept you for who you are. And you want her to play these stupid games, try to be someone you're not, because that's just exhausting. That is exhausting, and I think that's actually why people are not in like good relationships. They're too busy trying to fake being this person or fake being that person, when it's just be who you are. Who you are may not get you the quantity of people you want, but it will give you the quality of people you want. That's how I see it. So yes, people may be like, oh, I'm being who I am, but I'm not getting this and that result. That just means they weren't for you. It's okay. They were not for you. Just keep trying, and you will get that quality person that is for you. And that's how I view it. And the third story, to be honest, I forgot what the third story is about. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you know my outfit change every single week, because I do these outros in a completely different week. I forgot what the third story is about, but please write your comments down in the comment section and tell us what you thought about each of these stories. And again, you can send us your advice at kitchentableadvice@gmail.com. That's where we get all of our posts, and your story may be featured on our next episode. We love to hear from you. We love to read your comments, and we'll see y'all next Sunday. Bye.